Well, hello. Happy Thursday, March already. I wanted to jump on and get 15 minutes of your time, if you have some time, um, and just talk a little bit about stress and some of the tools that you might be using to manage your stress and maybe why some of those aren't working. So, if you have tried deep breathing, if you've tried meditation, these are the common things, and these really are great tools. I've been working with clients for many, many, many years. And when we get into stress management, we talk about their sleep, all that stuff. There's plenty of tools out there, and those are some of the best ones, right? Deep breathing, meditation, affirmations. Let's stick with those three. And deep breathing in particular is great because it helps your nervous system calm down. When you take long, deep breaths, it helps your nervous system calm down so that you can pause and your body can actually think, hold on, maybe I'm just looking here. Sorry. I think this is not streaming in one of my places. Anyway, your body can say, hold on, let me catch my breath. Let me see if I can shift my nervous system a little bit. And that is super important, especially in the moment. If you're upset about something, if you're having some stress, that you can actually calm yourself down. So, doing a little bit of deep breathing, not that you need to go lie down in the middle of a traffic jam or something, but just some deep breaths is helpful to have your body slow itself down. Meditation is a great tool. It really helps you cope in that meditation. There's different kinds of meditation, but you may have tried, let's say, guided visualization. So a voice is guiding you on where you want your thoughts to go. And visualization is a very key tool. And also maybe there's the kind of meditation where you listen and you want to try to let your thoughts go blank, or you just let them go by and notice them. Not that we ever really stop thinking, because we don't, but we just notice them, which starts to give us some control over them rather than them controlling us. However, it is a coping mechanism because when you are not meditating and you're out in your life the rest of the day, then there's a very strong likelihood that the same patterns are going to come back, the same thinking, because those tools don't really change your patterns. They just give you an opportunity in the moment to calm down, shift out of it. And affirmations was the third thing that I mentioned. And affirmations are great, except that if you're doing things that you don't really believe inside, it actually contributes to your stress. So if you're saying things like, let's just make this up, I have $1 million in the bank. I have $1 million in the bank, and you're someone who is struggling with money or struggling with scarcity, or you have some fear around money, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do these affirmations, but you don't really believe it. Your body will actually contract. Your body knows is thinking, no, I'm not buying that. And it actually puts you in a more stressful mode. Okay. So that's affirmations can actually contribute to your stress if you're not doing them in a way that is believable to your body. And then the meditations can help you cope, but don't really fix it. So it's not all that different than a supplement or a medication for a physical illness, right? You take a medication, it helps you with the symptom, but it's not really fixing the illness. And breath work is great in that it gives you an immediate shift, but again, it doesn't change your patterns. So let's take a minute and talk about patterns, because to me, with the clients that I use, it's not just to me, it's what I've learned in my training and how I work with people, is that addressing those patterns. So when you're using those coping tools or those nervous system changes, great. But if you want to hold it into the rest of your day or the next day, like let's say you end your day with some breath work and a meditation and it helps you go to sleep, great. But in the morning, you're right back into overwhelm, worry, upset, anxiety, all that stuff. I want to talk about that, because that and shifting those patterns will have really a lasting holding impact for those other tools that you use. So when I say patterns, it's it's the way that you see and process the world the beliefs that you have. And what I mean by that is, I'm just going to take a simple one so that you can see it. But if you're listening right now and you have a minute, apply this to your own life. Like maybe sit down and grab a paper and pen and write something that's more pertinent to you if you want, or at least just as you're thinking about it, apply it to your life. Okay, but let's just say that you have a belief that dogs are dangerous. Okay, so you have a belief dogs are dangerous. Now, a belief comes from either a past experience that you had, like when you were 7 years old, a dog bit you, or maybe you never had an experience with a dog like that, but you grew up in a household where maybe your mom did. And so, always when you were little, she was like, stay away from dogs. Dogs are dangerous. No, don't come over here. That dog is going to bite you. So, maybe nothing really happened to you, but you were hearing that at a very young age. And that's when many of our beliefs are formed, the ages of birth to really about 7 years old. So maybe you were hearing that or something happened to you. Either way, you now have a belief dogs are dangerous, right? You never own one, you're not a dog person. But now let's take it a step further. You're out in your day, you're walking into the grocery store, and down the sidewalk from the door is somebody with a dog. And immediately you think that dog is going to bite me. So you put a meaning of that dog is going to bite me into your interpretation of the events that are happening. So you see a dog, our senses give us the information, right? We see, taste, hear, smell, touch. That gives our brain information. So your brain gets the information, there's a dog. You interpret in that moment that dog is going to bite me. That's the meaning that you have. And now your body is in fear. You're stressed because you see this dog. The meaning comes from the belief that you've had since you were little dogs are dangerous. So, again, that belief may have no basis in experience for you, but you heard it enough times, or one dog 35 years ago did bite you. Maybe you were pulling his tail or something, right? So now you have that belief, and every time you see a dog walking near you, you immediately create a meaning that dog's going to bite me. And the meaning that you create will put your body in stress mode. So, stress is really what you need to go to if you were fighting for your life. If you were really in a fight for your life, somebody very dangerous is chasing you, something like that, then you would need stress mode, because that's when all of the things um, that would kick in when you're being chased would happen. Your heart rate would go up, your blood sugar would go up, so you have energy to run. Your digestion would shut down. Your immune system would shut down. All of that happens in the moment when you feel like your life is threatened. Okay? So that's happening when you're out on the street and you just see a dog walking near you. So, in addition to meditations and deep breathing, so in that moment, it might be great to remember. Let me just take some deep breaths here, because I just felt my body really contract and get nervous over this dog that's walking. So let me calm down and do some deep breaths. Great. That will help you. But if we don't go to work on the meanings that you give those events in the moment and the beliefs behind those meanings, you're going to always be stressed. And so if you are thinking about this and applying it to your life, that was an easy example, or a simple example, I think. But think about some world beliefs that you have. Is the world safe? Is it not safe? Do things work out for me, or things never work out for me? I'm the one who always has to do it. I'm the smart one in the family. I'm the one that everybody comes to. It's important for me to always step up and help others. Always being the operative word there, because that's going to contribute to stress when you're always helping even when it doesn't serve you to help. So, looking at your global beliefs, where they might have come from, and then dismantling them. That's a very, very important part of what you need to do to get the meditation and the breath work and the affirmations and all those other tools to work for you in the way that they're supposed to work, in the way that they're meant to work. Okay. So I didn't want to take up a lot of your time. I don't want to stress you with adding more to your time, but I do want to invite you to look at what are your global beliefs? Where did they come from? And how might you want to change some, let go of some, look at your patterning so that you can actually really dismantle your stress response. Okay? All right. I've been a little bit distracted because I keep getting these messages that there's a place where this streaming, an error occurred and it's not happening. So I don't really know where that is. I've got to go figure that out. But I'm going to go do that and I will post this in places where hopefully you can see it. And if you have any questions, if you're like, I can see how I do that, I can see how I have some beliefs. Maybe it's more beliefs like I'm the one who has to do everything. Um, what are your beliefs around being a good parent, a good spouse, a good worker? And then those beliefs are driving you to do things in a certain way and it's exhausting you. And maybe you could do things in a really great way that doesn't exhaust you, except that your beliefs are driving you, right? So if that's what's happening and you'd like some help with that, I'm happy to just help you right here. Just post a comment, reach out to me, and maybe we can have a little bit of a conversation and see if we can take that on with you together to help it not be such a driving force in your life and to release a little bit of stress. Okay? All right, so let me go find out where this error is, and I will try to fix that, and I will look to see if you have any questions for me. All right, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day and a nice lead into your weekend. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.